Hey there, I'm Katsumi, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, I can feel a huge wave of positive energy coming through that is about to change your day. And right now, the word coming through is luck. Okay, I'm also hearing that the odds are finally in your favor. Every door you knocked on is about to swing wide open. Now, let's find out what other messages are coming through. Okay, so starting off, you're in this energy of like cleverness, okay? But in the background, there's some sort of deception that was at play or at bay, okay? This might have to do with some of the doors that were initially closed on you, okay? Because you start off in this Ten of Pentacles vibe. So you're coming across as someone who is stable. You have a wealth about you. You have this legacy about you. You're like this resourcefulness about you, and like you're moving fast towards something. It's like you're really this sort of conviction I'm getting with this Eight of Wands energy. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, but like I got some sort of like negative aura from the Eight of Wands. Like maybe something in the background created some sort of like it was like this negative ripple effect, okay? And so you decided to keep it moving, is what I heard. Like traverse forward, move forward, speed forward, like some sort of negative message that you received, is what I'm hearing. Because something didn't align with the path of your stability, is what I'm hearing. It's like you reflected on it really quickly, and like I heard you dodged the bullet, or you made a corrective forced action, like a course correction, is what I heard. So that you can move forward, okay? The word luck coming through feels as though like you perhaps were on like an unlucky streak for quite a bit of time, where it's like now it's like things are kind of coming to an end, okay, with that tower. It's so interesting because when I was doing a pre-shuffle, I was seeing like the tower in the back energies from time to time from like other readings, and it's like maybe it comes full circle where it's like this is the time when that happens, like that tower occurs, where it's like things that weren't serving you in the existing landscape is finally coming to a close, because now it's like I heard now the world, so the world might be significant, so it's like you're reaching some sort of completion with that world energy kind of backing up that tower, but like things are coming to an end because there were some shocking truths that kind of like unraveled certain situations, collapsed certain situations, all right? Things that weren't necessarily right by you is what I heard, okay? And so I'm also getting that something to do with you moving forward kind of like put you in this mindset of just like wanting to be like not only studious about the potentials that are coming in after that collapse, but also grounded in that, okay? It's like your resourcefulness continues to be the fundamental thing that pushes you and propels you forward, even when things are missing, even when there's missing pieces. You're still being studious about it. You're still you're still kind of unlocking the things that, or the mysteries that are waiting for you or awaiting you, is what I heard. Okay, Four of Swords energy kind of gives this vibe of like you're retreating from time to time so you can recover, you can heal, okay, from some of this conflicting energy from the tower. It's like when a door closed on you, it felt like it probably was the end, but you knew deep down in your heart of hearts that there was something ready, something was brewing in the background for you. Something was almost ready to, it's like the tides have turned, is what I heard, okay? Something to do with every quest that you took, every quest that you undertook, the results of that, it felt like, it was like some sort of unmatched win, some sort of series of unmatched wins where it's like, yeah, there were a lot of losses, okay? Things got wiped clean, okay? Because some sort of luck feels like it's on its way up, is what I heard, okay? Some sort of lucky streak is about to come through, is what I'm getting there, okay? So you just took the time to just like breathe. Yeah, Two of Wands, wow. Yeah, taking that time to breathe kind of gives that vibe of you just like being a visionary. You're taking the time to plan the potentials of things, the choices that you want to make. You started going into your, like, I'm getting like the vibe of like that statue, the thinking man. You started getting into that pose. You're like, everywhere you go, that's what I'm hearing. Hmm. A lot of hmms, okay? Because you kind of like started to realize like, okay, this deceptive energy at bay. Let me start bringing out the. I heard I heard the big guns for some reason. Something to do with like bring out the big dogs. Where it's like you know that you got a group of people around you, a community, people who really have your back. It's like you're gathering the troops, is what I heard. Okay, because you know you have a strong foundation, a strong friendship, a strong love and joy for what it is that you're trying to brew up, okay? And it's like this huge wave of positive energy that's coming through is like about to change your day. So that message from the beginning makes a lot of sense, okay? And it's like the odds finally shifting in your favor. I'm kind of curious, like when these doors start opening up, when you're about to, I'm hearing you're knocking down the doors that were closed on you. Okay, they're swinging wide open because you're knocking them down, okay? Because you have this like group with you that's like giving you this like conviction of just like, hey, don't give up, keep going, okay? Nine of Pentacles, yeah, it's like keep going. You have self-worth, you have independence, okay? You know that you have the luxury from that Ten of Pentacles, okay? You know that you're stable. Things are going to be rewarded to you, okay? Because you have this spark within you that's just like igniting with that Ace of Wands, okay? You're very ambitious. You're very like full of like new energy because you have a really good group of people around you that's just like, hey, don't give up, okay? And so when you take a moment to just kind of breathe and look within, okay? It's like the advice to you is like surrender to all of this chaotic energy that's happening, okay? Because the odds are shifting in your favor, okay? So when these doors knock down, when these perspective shifts happen, I'm hearing people are going to be changing their perspective towards you. You're going to be able to let go of the perspectives that they initially had on you, okay? And that's kind of like how those doors kind of swing wide open. It's like people, you know what's so crazy? It kind of gives me this vibe of like maybe people, I don't know if people spoke poorly about you as a person, about if you were even getting work done at your job, if you were even gonna be doing anything important. Maybe it's like you're the underdog of some kind, where like the the last finish first kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Um, because like I feel like the message that I feel is like you're first, but you're finishing last, but the last ends up on top. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of energy where it's like people don't know your true value until they like open their eyes. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, because it's like people had to put themselves in some sort of like they had to like overcome some of the thoughts that they had about you initially. Some of these circumstances that were like shut out towards you. It's like it kind of some sort of rippling effect over some sort of conflict. Maybe like after you spoke up like about yourself or about the things that you're passionate about or something like that, like something just started shifting because people started to like think about you, is what I'm hearing. It's like maybe people had your name in their mouth too many times, and people started to like be curious about the things that you do, maybe at work, maybe in your maybe at your like getting some sort of institution of some kind, might be for education, like a college or some sort of like a schooling of some kind. I don't know, it's giving that vibe, you know, where it's like you just were just doing your thing and working. I heard working up the courage to do something, you know, with that strength. That's interesting. Working up the courage to do something. Huh. Interesting. Working up the courage to do something. So it's like with that strength energy, it feels like you maintained your compassion, your inner strength, which is exactly why people started to realize your worth as well. Okay, that might be of significance. I'm definitely getting a strong message for that for some of you. But nonetheless, besides that energy, it just feels like because you have been full of strength through all of these ordeals, okay, it's like you're gonna be gifted, okay? It feels like some sort of heavenly gift, like a gift from the heavens or something like that. It's like the game is gonna be over. The game is finally in your favor, and you're gonna be able to reclaim your reward, step into your life of like this pure abundance, this pure victory of some kind, okay? Because like this winning streak is about to begin. It's starting now, and I heard it's your time to roll the dice, okay? That's what I heard, all right? Yeah, so something about being a performer. Okay, so some of the shadow work that is going to be related to that Ace of Wands energy. Okay, something to do with just managing your image. Okay, that's really important. I guess like that's kind of why I got the this message of like how people perceive you. It's like you'll need to maintain your image, but at the same time, mm, be mindful of like the addiction of validation. Okay, it's like you don't need to be like self-serving towards others is what I'm hearing, or a people pleaser. It kind of just like have like some sort of emotional um balance is what I heard. I'm not sure why that comes through. It must be significant in the sense of just like how you traverse through your relationships, how people perceive you. It feels as though like you'll have to set boundaries from time to time too. Okay, yeah, boundaries, set boundaries, because something to do with feeling personal neglect from yourself through your own actions, okay? Yearning for care, yearning to fulfill your needs, because it's like you've been suppressing your needs for so long, and anytime you bring it up, it feels like other people are suppressing them. So you have to kind of be mindful about that, not to hide away from the feelings that you have, because it might create deceptions, okay? And how you like show up, how you kind of go about your like your identity, okay? How you go about showcasing yourself. Something to do with like reclaim your power, okay? Have that soul retrieval. We've been getting quite a bit of that. I think the previous reading might be of significance in the sense that it's just really about that soul retrieval. I think this one popped out during that one as well, or about a reading or two ago. Yeah, but the energy feels very messy in the sense that there's a lot of connections, a lot of personal evaluation that you'll need to make. Something to do with like control loops, okay? Something about anxiety, fear of chaos, just kind of like being in like this mental trap, okay, that you might have created for yourself or others have created for you, where it's like you feel like you need to, I heard own up to something, or you feel like you need to show yourself in a certain light. Universe wants you to just be yourself, and when you be yourself and you show up in your most authentic self and you don't try to prove anything to anyone or anything, you'll find out that you are perfectly fine just the way you are, and people actually appreciate that from you. People actually appreciate your authenticity because you're very authentic. But it's like these people put you in a mindset where like you feel like you have to be more than what you are, you know. But you're perfectly fine just the way you are, you know. Okay. So let's see what other. Okay, looks like we get two more from here. Something to do with needs denials, and so self neglect, resentment, inner depletion. Yeah, something to do with like depleting your personal energy is a negative instance here. Like you'll have to disconnect from this energy because it almost kind of puts you in this numbing phase, emotional freeze, avoiding coping. It feels very much like some of the shadow energies are just like kind of release that energy. When you find a new spark, these are all the things you'll have to let go in order to step into your new beginning, okay? Okay, and so when you step into that new beginning and you find the strength that you have been mustering up, okay? You step into this winning streak that you've been deserving of for quite some time. What does that look like? Ooh, interesting. So just a lot of back and forth energies where it's like it almost wants to shy away from it for a little bit for you. Like so it may not creep up exactly when you expect it. It's gonna be like very sporadic is what I heard, okay? Um it's like it's such an interesting thing. It's like when you knock a door, it'll knock back is what I'm hearing. It's like one of those situations, okay? Hmm. Yeah, something to do with also companionship. Okay, so maybe this is an animal, maybe these are the companions in this 3 of cups energy, but something to do with true loyalty is by your side. Utilize those connections because that's what's really going to propel you forward, okay? And also not to expect too much from others. I feel as though, you know, like when you do so much for a lot of people, and they kind of don't treat you the way that you wish to be treated in return, it's like they're not reciprocating that energy. The universe is like, hey, don't expect everyone to treat you the same way that you treat them because their reciprocity may not be there. But for the people who do treat you the same and give back and, you know, and there's a level of fairness in receiving, then that's the people for you. And that's when you're really gonna win and shine as you traverse forward, okay? So really tap into those connections that you have with people. Okay. Also, something to do with disruption, chaos, and change. So your routine is about to be a blend and a new mixture that will surprise you. Yeah, so you're definitely getting chaotic energy, okay? Something to do with you're gonna have to be balanced, adaptable. You're gonna be juggling a lot of things. It gives that like two of pentacle vibes for some reason. Um, but nonetheless, you're gonna be blending harmoniously, integrating and alchemizing harmoniously. I'm getting like temperance, Sagittarius energy, okay? And so as a result, some sort of surprising event's going to come your way. It's interesting. This feels like very much like beginning middle energy, like in your landscape, okay? Where it's like when things are blending in, there's going to be some sort of shining facade, often concealing a fragile core. But it's like be aware of the up temptations that seem to be too perfect. So it's like this messaging here kind of gives you this vibe of like there's going to be people who try to persuade you in a direction that you don't actually want to go. It's like it seems ideal, it seems very charming, but it's not like one to one of what you want. Be mindful of that because there's always going to be like snakes in the grass, you know what I mean? So like, but at the same time, like don't let the facade of something persuade you into thinking that it's like ultimately 100% like almost like what's this thing? It gives this vibe of like it's not 100% all of like what it's up to be or what it's presenting itself to be. So like it feels like daydreamy, fantasy like for some reason, you know? So like you'll need to have some strength in that, okay? But like it might have to do with this Ace of Wands energy where like when you have new sparks, you're newly inspired, like the facade of what you're doing right now, it may not be everything that it's like leading up to be because something else is right around the corner. That's the vibe I'm getting too. Like there's something that's going to expand because this facade is only for a short period of time. Like this setup that you've got is only for a period of time. Because some sort of surprising event's going to be happening because this room was only decorated to appease you for the time being, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, some sort of opportunity, perspective, understanding. I'll take these out as well. But nonetheless, it's like there's going to be like start the rhythm with a ritual and focus will carry through. So the universe also wants you to take time to do some rituals, whether that's healing rituals, manifestation rituals, okay? You might want to burn some candles, okay? And kind of just start doing that, centering your focus towards what it is that you want so you can have that huge wave of positivity coming through for you in order to change your path forward. Also, having just viewing problems from a different perspective, you know, understanding certain things will deepen your perspective of certain dilemmas that you might face, okay, things that might creep up in its path. Kind of gives this like puzzled vibe, like the Rubik's Cube, you know? Because nonetheless, you do find yourself in this position of the compass where you will be able to explore new opportunities beyond the routine of what you're doing. That's kind of like why I felt like with this balloon energy, where it's like the room you're in is decorated, but it's only for the time being, okay? Because there's going to be a new starting point that will arrive for you because all these other doors are opening up to you because you have the compass, okay? And you're surrendering to what is. So any door that you knock on is swinging wide open because you have this compass that's almost like steering your direction and your path forward, okay? So almost like come forth with that sense of like renewed faith that even though you've had all of these doors closed on you in the path, luck is turning in your favor. Things are turning in a way where it's like finally you're going to find fulfillment. Finally, you're going to find the success and happiness and peace that you're looking for, especially clarity. So yeah, those are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving me a comment down below. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.